Hey, hey, welcome back everyone to the show. Today we got the final show tonight, and we have another great guest coming on the show. So I'm excited. Want to thank Ryan Delton for coming on the show, and he's always that energetic when he comes on the show, and I'm always happy to have him on the show. He keeps it going and going and going and going. He never stops talking. So big shout out to Ryan Delton. Thank you for coming on. And big shout out again to Celebrity Boxing. Big shout out to Devin Feldman, CEO and founder of Celebrity Boxing. Again, anyone that wants to come to the fight is June 17th out in Atlantic City. Your boy Don Vic will be in the building with my son Stax and my co-host IG will be in the building watching the fight out there in Atlantic City. So if you guys are through there, make sure you guys step by and check out the fight. Also, thank everybody for tuning in and showing all my guests the love like you do the show. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Big shout out to R&H Productions and everyone else around the world that tunes in and watch the Don Big Show. Thank you guys so much. So we do have our guest here on the panel. I can't wait to talk to my brother here. He is a director, pro athlete, award winner, actor, screenwriter. Jesus, this guy does it all. I'm trying to tell you something. Okay, this guy got all the skills to pay the bills. All right. So, guys, please welcome on the show, Ondra Berry II. What's up? What's up, Ondra?
Hey, man. Nothing much, man. I'm happy to be here, man. Super
man. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow, boy. Jesus, you got a lot of stuff going on in your life.
Yeah, man. I always try to keep myself busy.
Man, you're like extra busy.
Yeah, always.
Holy crap. So, are you still living in Reno, Nevada?
No, I actually live in Virginia now. So yeah, most of my stuff is done here. I'll still go from time to time to Reno in California, but yeah, for the most part, all my stuff is here.
Oh, well, just so you everything you film is out in Virginia.
Yeah. I hope to one day film something in my hometown, but until then, yeah, everything's here on the East Coast.
Yeah, you already know East Coast, baby. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I'm out of Boston. I'm out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to Virginia a couple months ago to shoot a film out there. I was out there. My brother June, the Gasho, he's from Virginia. He's a director out there, and
okay.
he brought me out there to play in one of his films in Virginia. It was beautiful. He lives like he don't live in the city. He lives like in the outskirts. It was all country and stuff. It was like one house every 20 miles and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to. It's hard to be in the city, man. Like you got to be out here.
Yeah, it's nice. I liked it. So tell us a little bit about because you are a firefighter.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, you are a firefighter. So how long have you been a firefighter?
So I've been a firefighter for about 8 years now.
8 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Did that start there in Virginia, or did you transform from somewhere else?
No, I actually. So that's actually what brought me out here. So even before the filmmaking I got the itch for it. I ended up coming out here after I got done playing pro ball, and a buddy of mine was just like, "Man, I think you should transition into firefighting. It's kind of the same thing, teamwork. They're kind of like athletes. It'll be an easy transition for you. Because most people don't realize, like, once you transition from playing pro ball, it's kind of difficult to fit in. So so firefighting was an easy transition, and yeah, man, I'm still here and hopefully trying to make this transition, from firefighting into full-time filmmaking.
Right. Tell me about the movie. What is in the Necropolis?
Oh, Necropolis, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was trying to just get myself out there,
Mm-hmm.
as everybody knows, as I'm sure you know, just getting yourself out in this industry is just difficult.
Yes, it is.
A lot of good competition, and so I had just been writing scripts, so, you know, a whole bunch of scripts.
Right.
And so a buddy of mine who had been in the industry for a little bit, he said, I think you need to, one, shoot your own film, and I think you need to do the horror genre. It's an easy genre to do, and it'll get your foot in the door.
Right.
And, you know, I'd never written a horror script, and, you know, so I was like, okay, cool. Let me start, you know, doing some research. And so I came up with an apocalypse film and named it Necropolis, which is City of the Dead.
Right.
And so I wanted it to be as realistic as possible. I know most zombie films, it's over exaggerated. And I
Oh
said,
yeah.
what if an apocalypse actually happened? Like, how real could I make it? And so that's, you know, that's what I tried to accomplish, just making it as real as possible. And lucky for us, COVID happened.
Right.
And so
Right.
it kind of worked out because it was because of a bad vaccine why
Mm-hmm.
you know, this outbreak happened.
Right.
Um, you know, and I mean, it just kind of worked out in our favor. So, you know, it took us probably 2.5 years to shoot because of COVID.
Okay.
But it's out, like I said, it'll be out in August. So it's in pre-production now, getting edited.
So, how excited are you to actually have your? Is this your first film?
This would be my first film, directing and writing.
Oh wow! So that's you know, I know you're excited to watch the film. Come to life. Um,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, not
yeah,
not not from behind the camera, but sitting in the theater watching it. Or Indiegogo,
right,
wherever it is, or wherever it is that you're trying to, push it. But it's always good to sit back and watch your project. And see what you can do better or where you're lacking on.
right,
Maybe you might need better actors. Those are things that um, being a director for the first time, for me, my opinion, that's the things I will look for in my film.
right,
Because you're shooting it, you know what you're shooting, and if you're good, if you're a good shooter, then you got the right angles, you got the right shots. Now you want to see how it looks on screen.
yeah, exactly,
So,
exactly,
and if it's a hit, it's a hit, and then you just keep moving, you just keep
right,
going on from there. You know,
exactly.
So, who have you had the honor to work with as far as actors?
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to highlight a lot of local talent.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of local talent here that I wholeheartedly win Oscars one day. You know, and but one of the biggest people I got to work with so far is we have Noel G from the Fast and Furious series.
Yeah.
He's in Necropolis,
Okay.
and so yeah, he's one of the biggest ones we've gotten to work with so far. And then we have a couple people in mind for the next film that we'll be doing soon.
That's great. I had Dave here on the show not too long ago. He spoke highly of you. You gave him.
That's my dude.
Yeah,
That's my dude right
I
there.
love David. I love his energy.
Yes.
He is something else. Okay, and
Yes.
and he spoke highly of you. That you gave him his first opportunity, and and you and you know and that's what I'm talking. That's what I talk about all the time on my show. It's about opportunities, right?
Right.
And and I know where we come from because
Right.
it's difficult for us to do anything, get anything up
Yeah.
and running, right? But when we get that opportunity, we definitely take off with it, right?
Oh, absolutely. No
So,
doubt.
you giving him that opportunity was great. Now he's doing movies. He's
Yeah.
into other films. He's working with you, which is a phenomenal thing. You both are firefighters, which y'all got some type, bond there,
Right. Right.
of brothers. And what was what made you bring him in?
What made me bring him in? Typically, I like to surround myself with people either who are just like-minded or who have just a positive vibe.
Right.
And so we got to talking, and I usually give people like less than 5 minutes to fill you out. You got 5 minutes with me, and that's it.
We
You
do that.
know.
We do that. We do that. Hell
And
yeah, we do
so,
that.
man, next thing I know, we've been talking for like an hour and a half. And he was just. I think what drew me more to him was how selfless he was.
Mm.
He wanted to achieve his own things, but he also wanted to help people. So I was like, man, okay, cool. I can deal with that. So yeah, man, it just made me draw him in, and I'm happy that he's here because man, I I have I'm worried if anybody comes for me because Santa Dave, he's gonna take you out. So so I've had a few people who tried to come at me, and Santa Dave is the guy you want on your team because he calls me up immediately. Hey, did you see what this person said? And I'm like, yeah, don't even worry about it. He's like, what you want me to do? You need me to talk to him? So
Right. Right.
so yeah, man, he's a good dude to have on your side.
Right. And that's what it's all about, bonding with great people
Right.
and you being a director. And I said this last time on my show, you being a director, you know, um making your cast comfortable to get the best out of them,
Right.
and when you're that type of director, when you're okay, we're gonna get the job done. I'm gonna lay back and let y'all do, but let's get the job done. And you're flexible like that with your cast, your actors. Man,
Oh,
you
yeah.
bring the best out of them. Like, and then they want to work with you in the future. They're gonna say, Andre, just because you made them feel that comfortable,
Right.
where
Right.
they perform for you, and if you let them do improv, they can improv as well because
Oh, yeah.
they're not worrying about, well, what if I do this? The director's gonna scream at me or is gonna tell me
Right.
cut it, you get you out of here, and
Exactly.
you have those type of directors. And
Right.
for me, I never directed a movie. I got the opportunity now to be an assistant director. So I'm gonna take that opportunity because I'm a creator. You know, I
Right.
I I, I see things that the director might not see, or I might add something to it. Say, you know what? You want them to come through the door shooting? How about we have them jump through the window
Exactly.
and shoot, boom, boom. That'll be more exciting.
Right.
Um, so those are the things that I see that sometimes a director might not see or might add something to it.
Yeah. No, I'm a firm believer. The assistant director, I think, is the real MVP because that person's got to look after you as the director. They got to look after the crew. They got to look.
Sorry, folks. Sometimes
I mean, I had an excellent assistant director, Eric Jones, and man, like you're trying to focus on, and you miss something, and that person essentially makes you look good. They come up and say, hey, maybe we should do this, or hey, we forgot to do this. So absolutely, man, I love all assistant directors.
right.
Such an important job.
Right. And I love to communicate with the directors,
Yeah.
because when you put great minds together, man, you come up with great projects, you know.
Right.
And some people, also some directors, because they got that, the director's chair, they'd be like, well, it's what I say, it's what I do, is what is gonna go. So,
Right.
and when you start bumping heads with your assistant director, then the things just don't go right. But for me, I'm an outgoing guy. I'm reasonable. I look at your idea. I look at your shot. I say, bring it back. Let me look at it. I might look at it
Yeah.
once, twice, and I might say, hey, how about we try it like this? If you like it,
Right.
we run with it. If not, then we run with what you got. I think it's pretty good. But
Right.
let's give it a shot on both ways to see which one looks better.
Exactly.
Or
Exactly.
or you might take a long shot, and I might say, you know what, let's bring it in a little bit. Let's get a close shot of his
Right.
face and get that good look, that good shot as he's
Yeah.
doing, making that movement or whatever it is that he's doing.
Right.
So,
Yep. Exactly.
so I'm honored for that. So you in got scholarships as well, to
Did.
attend University of St. Mary.
I did.
You know, and you also got degrees in business and criminology.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So you well rounded, boy. You
Yeah, man. I had
yeah.
to make sure I was the complete package. So
You're like a whole army by yourself. and, and in the summer of 2010, you also played indoor football.
yeah.
In Nevada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that flag football or was that
No, so arena is like the mix between football and hockey. So you play indoors, smaller field, turf. And so I actually went there after I did my pro day in Vegas for the Raiders, the Rams, and the Bills. That was the opportunity I got afterwards. And so I went there. I went to try out for the CFL in Canada and a few other arena teams. But I ultimately ended up there, which was a blessing because
right?
my hometown actually ended up getting a team that year. So, I didn't have to leave home. My family got to see me. And I mean, it was great. It was a great opportunity. Unfortunately, a lot of injuries in indoor football because you're on concrete. Yeah. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I think it was such an amazing experience. Got to meet a lot of new people. So yeah, it was great. It was great.
Right. And just let the people know how difficult it is when you're trying out for an NFL game. Or to be just a team, how difficult it is,
Yeah, I mean, to give you an idea how competitive it is.
Yes.
So at my pro day, I was juiced. I was like, man, I'm all these people are gonna be looking at me. Yeah. And I ran the best 40 time of my life. I ran a 4.39, and so I was like, I'm the fastest 40 here. Can't nobody touch me. And I still didn't get signs. The Raiders coach came up to me. He loved everything he saw, and but just said, I think you should play somewhere else first and then give it another shot. But everything else was great. So ran the fastest time and still didn't get a look.
Wow.
Was great at my drills. So yeah, it just takes a lot. And so. It's tough. It's
right. Because you're great, right? But there's always people that are greater.
Yes.
So it's the competition is off the hook, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta come in there not with just your A game, your A+ game.
A+++. Yeah.
Okay, because
right.
Looking at you from here, you look, fit. You look like you're ready to go.
Oh,
right?
just in case I ever don't talk to me, I gotta stay in shape. So I'm always staying in shape.
Yes. I do the same. I work out. I stay in shape too.
Yeah.
Because
right.
I'm in the film industry, so you want to try to look your best because you never know what role you might want to play.
Right. Yeah, you never know.
You might want to be a player of a boxer. You got the body, you got the fit. You can play a boxer. You want to play a bodyguard. You got the. I might not have the height, but I got the body.
You got the body. Yeah.
Right. So staying fit, it's always good, because you never know what. Unless you're playing a grandpa where you need a belly. Now we got to get
belly. Right. Oh yeah.
You got to get you the belly.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer though, man. Don't ever give anybody a reason to tell you no. So stay fit. Because you can always get big, but if you stay fit, nobody can ever tell you no. So so yeah, man.
Right. You being a director, what are some of the things that you find difficult as a director?
Some of the things that are difficult is so you will always want to put out your best product.
Right.
And with so many days shooting, like some days just aren't going to go as planned. Right. And so having to be prepared for that, having to make sure, like you said, the crew cast is comfortable. There's just a lot of different hats that you have to put on and be able to be great at all of them. You can't be mediocre at any of them. So you sometimes you got to be a therapist. You got to talk to
Yeah,
your crew, your
yeah,
cast,
yeah.
and when things go great, oftentimes you get a little bit of the credit. The people are like, man, did you see that actor? Did you see that actress? But
Yeah.
if things go bad, you got to be prepared to just put it on your shoulders and take it and then
Right,
fix it.
right,
So it can be difficult, but super rewarding nonetheless.
right. I agree. I agree with that. You know, it's to me being a director. What I would see wrong would be like my crew not showing up. That'll be my like. I'll be devastated. Getting ready to shoot, and then
Oh,
I got an actor that's not there in time or
hmm,
didn't show up. Now I got to find someone else to put into to this character, and you know they don't know the lines. So
right,
people got to understand that when you're booked for a role, you have to be there because
yeah,
it's not just you. You got a whole chain behind you that is depending on you. Because
right,
if you got a role and you are on the same row, I got to feed off you, right? We're working together. So
exactly,
if you don't show up, then I'm stuck. I can't do my role because Andre's not
yeah,
here,
right,
or you put this new person for Andre and we don't have no chemistry. We
exactly,
just don't know. So, those are things me being a director, I will look at and be afraid that, things go left on me for those
right,
reasons, you know.
right.
And how has it been for you lately as far as filming with your new people in your area in Virginia?
It's been great. So one thing that I wanted to do to kind of eliminate, some of the issues that you were talking about,
Hmm.
because Virginia, a lot of people here in Virginia, unfortunately, don't like to work together for whatever reason. I don't know. But it's always like, nope, I can't help you because if you get better, then that's a problem. And so I kind of want to break that cycle. So like on my set, I will go to the stunt guy and I'll say, hey, we're doing a stunt on this scene. I want your input. Like
Right,
you tell me what you think. Or I'll go to an actor and say, hey, I know we shot it like this, but what feels more natural to you?
right.
So I like to make it a community effort.
Yes,
Everybody
yes.
feels like, oh man, this is my film.
Yeah.
And if people feel like it's their film, people are gonna go hard,
Yeah.
So yeah, man, just trying to like change the cycle. And as a result, like I said, there's amazing talent here that is undiscovered. And hopefully I can continue to get people discovered and get the roles they want. And I'm gonna continue to keep building and bringing people into my community.
Right. And and as being a director, not just giving them opportunities to make them shine and maybe give them opportunity to become a big actor, but you as well as a director, getting a chance to play your stuff on YouTube and get a deal, for a film where you can have some money to make bigger films, you know. Uh, so I got friends in Virginia. My friend Katie, Catherine, Muhammad, Lacey Lace. She's from Virginia. She's an actress out there,
Okay.
and they sisters. They like you and me. Um,
Yeah.
and they
Right.
yeah,
Right.
they're phenomenal. They've been working out in Virginia and Baltimore area.
Oh,
So
cool. Okay.
DC, Baltimore, and Virginia. They work those.
Yeah.
They work those areas.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I got Amy Young. Amy Young. I don't know if you know her. She's out there. She's also a great actress. Doris. She's from out there. She's from Virginia. She's
Okay.
also, so um, it's funny because I know people in your
Right.
area that if you need, I can always recommend them to you. You can check
Yeah.
them out,
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like
Absolutely.
that.
Always looking for new people, who just love to work. So.
Yeah, and they're good because I worked with them,
Oh,
so
cool.
they
Cool.
they they great actors, and they stay busy. They're always working, so it will be good if you ever need any actors. Um,
Yeah.
if you ever need any actors, I'm all you need because yo, I'm serious. I'm all you need because
Right.
I know them all. I You need people from California. I can get you people, great actors from California, Las Vegas, from wherever. I know people. I know directors as well that you can communicate to, and
Yeah,
I
definitely.
got
Like I said, you had one guy on your show. I definitely want to get connected with. Was it Asif Akbar?
Asif
See,
Akbar. Yes,
yeah,
he
man. I want
is.
to get connected with that dude because
Yes, he's amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, Asif is amazing. He's been doing it for a long time, and he puts out great movies. And
yeah, man.
that's the guy you want to talk to for advice and to um to sharpen up your skills as far as a
Right.
director.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
He's the
Exactly.
guy. I know he's busy because he's always. If you've seen the
Right.
interview, he's always working.
Yeah.
He's busy here and there.
Right.
But we can make that happen. I can make that happen. And he's now putting out the movie 2024 with Mel Gibson and 50 Cent. He,
Yeah.
he directed that. I watched the other day the other movie Commando
Okay.
that he directed with Michael J. White. It's a
Yeah, I
phenomenal.
saw that.
It's a great movie. And I was just looking, for the names when it's directors, and it said Asif Akbar director. I was like, yeah,
Right.
I felt happy, because
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and you know what, Andre, I feel excited when I see people like yourself, pushing, pushing to the limit, because like I said earlier, it's hard for us to get into this industry,
Right.
but because we are people that we are very creative, um, if you put together a great script, a great story, and you have your team play that out, I don't see why. I don't see you losing.
No.
I see you winning. And I know people out in Virginia that do festivals. They have their
Okay.
own
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
movie festivals that if you want to, after a film you want to throw it in a festival, I can connect you to my man June out in Virginia, and you guys can
Cool.
talk, and you can just submit your movie or your short film in
Yeah.
his festival. And he knows a lot of people because he's been doing it for a long time.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
those are the things. Yeah, those are the things that I do for people. I don't do it for everybody because not everybody deserves,
Right. Yep.
a
Yep.
hand, because I always say it's always a two-way street, right? That's I
Always.
always
Yeah.
I always say that. But I do things with love. I do things out of my heart. I don't do it expecting nothing in return. You know what I mean? Because then that's not me. That's not me being real. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
If I'm going to help you, I'm going to help you because it's coming from my heart, not because you're a director and you're going to give me a shot in your film.
Right.
That's not how I work. You know what I mean? I like to help people
Right.
in general. And even though that I'm an actor,
Yep. Same. Same with that.
even though I'm an actor and I love to be in people's films, but I understand that if you write a script with a character that fits me, then you might give me that because hey Vic, I just wrote the script and the
Right.
character fits you. Would you like to? Then I'm gonna say, yeah, okay, Andre. But if you write a script and I'm not near any of your characters,
Yeah.
then why push it? You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
want people to understand that. Oops, we lost him. Hi, Andy. We lost Andre. He'll be right back. So guys, that's the whole thing. What's up, Brent Gaskin in the building? What's up, Brent? The fact of directing and having the right team to put out a great project. Shout out to my girl Mary Spenzia as well. Jerry J. Paul. Big shout out to Nicole Vegas as well. Yeah, so what has been anything that you in your tryouts for the NFL, you tried out for the NFL and
Yeah.
the CFL. What's the difference?
So the fields are different sizes. So the field in Canada is different. Kicking field goals, and then it's pay is obviously different.
Right.
The guys in Canada do get paid well, but it's obviously not, to the standard of the NFL. And like I said, they actually play more like arena football. So a receiver is actually able to run before the ball is snapped and then run across the line at you. Same thing in arena. In NFL, at least they don't get that head start. So
Right.
so yeah, there's a few differences.
Wow. Wow. And I saw that you also were a music promoter. You wanted to become a music promoter, and you done a few.
Yeah.
So who have you promoted?
So there was a guy called Nat Burner. He was here in Virginia, and a buddy of mine called me and said, "Hey man, this guy, he's blowing up. I think you need to check him out." I actually got him a show in the UK, and he got to perform for a MMA promotion, and got to tour over there. And that was really the only guy that I focused on. I didn't really want to get too many people and mess up their career essentially. So I was just like, you know what, I like this, how this is going. Let me see where this goes, and then I can go do something else. But aside from him, I would put on shows. So when Machine Gun Kelly was first out, I put on a show at the Knitting Factory for him in Reno. And yeah, man, that was pretty much kind of what I stuck to, was just like shows and then the one music artist.
Right. I like Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
When he first came out,
when he first came out, yeah, I don't know about that. But.
Yeah. When he went after Eminem, I think that was like
right.
The Kelly, the Kelly, I liked it.
Yep.
Then he went into rock or roll, whatever. I don't know what happened there. But he wasn't a bad rapper.
No, I mean, he wasn't bad at all.
He was pretty good. He was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So, what is your next project? What are you working on now?
See, it's tough, man, because I wrote a boxing script. Yeah,
that's my lane, baby.
I was waiting for it. Yeah, man, I wrote this boxing script called Round One, and I'm so in love with this script, and I know it's good because I'm my worst critic. I will shred up a script and be like, no, ain't it ain't hitting.
Right.
But with Round One, I have a true love for this script. Tells an amazing story, about a boxer's come up essentially. I mean, he's on top of the world and has to find himself, regain himself after the death of his father. And it's such a phenomenal story. We've gone to big investors, small investors, people like, man, I love the story, but nervous to put out the money for it because you're still relatively new in this industry.
Right.
And so I got some people behind me now. Darren Reed, he was the creator of the show Bar Rescue. He produced the film Lila and Eve with Jennifer Lopez and God, I can't remember her name now. But anyway, he produced that. And so he kind of got behind me, and that was kind of the guy who was mentoring me with my screenwriting and kind of showing me how the business worked. Oh, Viola Davis, that's it. Viola Davis is in there too. Okay. And so he got behind me, and so the star we have, I've been working closely with just recently retired, not too long ago, retired boxer Sean Showtime.
Porter,
and yeah. So he's been huge behind it. So now I'm kind of just building this team up. Brought on another amazing DP, George Dibble, who I'm working with now. Okay. And so yeah, man, like I said, we're just kind of steadily building. The WBC actually, said they would get behind it. So yeah, so we're getting there. Like I said, we're still looking, for the right investors to come through, but that's kind of what we're working on. But like I said, man, I got so many scripts. I mean, it could be anything, so whatever it's time for, I got a script for it.
Right. And going back to what I was saying, like if you're a great writer, man, if you got great stories, man, and people can imagine it, like you being a
Mhm.
director, I don't see no one having a problem investing or helping publish,
No,
probably help you push it and publish it, you know, I mean, distribute it for you. I'm sorry,
right,
distribute it, because the story is a good story, and anyone in their right mind that knows the industry, that knows filming and been on a long time, see a good story, they're gonna jump on it right away, you know,
right,
because they see your vision, you know, and if they're in a bigger scale than you, then they're gonna be like, well, okay, it's a great story. They might say, well, Andre, who do you got for lead role or second,
right,
third lead role? Well, I got this person and this one. They might say, well, how about if I can get you an example, Sylvester Stallone as one of the fighters, or you know what I mean? So you
right.
never know because of the script
Hmm.
that you write is so good that they want to put the right people
The right
behind
people.
those
Right,
characters, and
right.
so that's why I admire writers,
Yeah.
you
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah.
like I write, but
Mhm.
I'm not a good writer, but everything here is if I can get it out of here and put it
Right,
the right way, uh, it's forget about it. You know what I
right,
mean?
right. You doing it
Because
the
I'm
right way though. You doing it the right way though, man. Because like I tell everybody, even if you're not a writer, write, because I'm a firm believer in being a complete filmmaker. I want to
right,
know his job. I want to know his job. I want to know her job.
right.
And so, the latest thing that I did, stepped outside my comfort zone. I said, I don't know a lot about being a DP,
Hmm.
and I don't want to be on set and not know what lens a DP is using. I want to know what that lens does
Right,
so I can make the right decision. So I went out and I bought a cinema camera so that I can learn how to be a DP.
right.
So I write, you know, I DP, I direct, I act, because anybody who hasn't acted before is not as easy as you think, you
That's
know.
right. I say all the time. It's
Yeah,
not
it's not easy. And it taught me how to treat actors and how difficult it is to do it. And so I think that's a big part that helped me be an understanding director and someone that people want to be around. So do it all. Like, do it all. Understand everybody's job.
right. And and like those cameras, you got to get like the 40 millimeter. I think it's for close, and then 35 for
Yeah, yeah, man. It's
long. Like
there's
you got to
there's
know. Yeah,
you got to know there's so much technical stuff. Then you get into the lenses. Then you got to get into the settings on the camera and low light situations. Oh yeah, man, it's a
right.
lot, but it's
Yeah,
worth it. It's worth
it
it.
is. It is worth it. And like I said, I love creators, writers,
Hmm.
because I they bring stuff to life, man, and you be like, holy crap, who wrote this? Like,
Yeah,
where did they take their
right,
mind to that
right.
level? Like, like I'll be like, holy crap. And
Man, I'm telling you. And funny story, man. How I even got into writing is when I first moved here, my mom hit me up every day, and she would say, "Hey, you used to write when you were a little kid. Like, do you still write?" And I said, "No, like I don't have time for that. I'm not writing nothing every day." I mean, she was on it.
uh,
And so one day she said, "I think you should write again." I said,
mm,
"Nah, I don't want to write again. I don't want to do it." So
mm,
she said, "I'll tell you what. I want to make a bet with you. I will bet you. I want you to write a film script,
mm.
and I'll bet you. I want you to submit it to different festivals. And if you win, you have to keep writing. And if you lose, I'll never talk about it ever again." And so I'm like, and she's like, "Just entertain me. Just do it. I want you to research how to write a film script and do it. And don't do it on football because you know football. I want you to do it on something that you don't know."
Right.
So I took a couple weeks. I'm researching, and I'm like, man, I don't know why she's making me do this, but I'm gonna listen to my mom. And so I write this script, and this script is, I look at it, I'm like, okay, it's all right. So I submitted to 4 competitions. 2 weeks go by, I don't hear nothing. I called her. I'm like, Mom, I wasted my time. I could have been doing something else with those 2 weeks. And
Right.
she said, no, just give it another week. Just give it another week. You know, something's gonna happen.
Right.
So, all right. And sure enough, next week I get 4 emails. Open them up. I won every single competition.
Oh
And
wow.
from there, like I was like, all right, a deal's a deal, And so I just kept studying and kept, trying to learn the art of screenwriting, and like here I am now. So
Yeah. And it's amazing because sometimes our moms, our parents see things in us that we don't see.
yes,
And
yeah,
and they push us, they push us,
right,
and we're like, why's mom bugging? Like,
right,
why she all on my back about do this, do this? Because and now that I'm a father and I see my kids, now I see why.
right,
Because my kids got potential and they smart, and I
right,
see things in them that they don't see. And I'm gonna tell them, yo, you should do this. And they be like, nah, pops, like you said to your mom, nah, that's not me, and I'm doing it.
right,
But they still young. My kids are like in their
right.
28, still early 30s.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, so they kind of want to do what they want. But
right, right.
you know, I'm glad that she did that. I'm glad that she pushed you to write because
Oh yeah, yeah,
look at where you are today, and look at the great stories that you're writing and all the other stuff that you got waiting to be
right.
produced and directed. And along the way, you're meeting people
Yeah, absolutely.
because people say you got to go to school for this, you got to go for that. But what I've
Right.
noticed in this industry, that is somewhat true. But what I've noticed from me doing what I do is who you know.
So yeah, exactly. It's who
It's
you
who you
know.
know.
Yeah.
So like the movies that I've been in,
Hmm.
it's been through people that I know. I haven't auditioned for any other films.
Right.
They just said, Vic, I got this. You want it? Read the script. You fit the character. Boom,
Right.
and that was that, and that was it. Which is great.
Yeah.
But the fact that you have that talent among other talents, um, I think you're going to be a great, great, great director.
I
Um,
appreciate it, man. Definitely
yeah,
appreciate it.
and the fact that you know me now, you got other doors that are
Right.
going.
I'm excited, man. I'm telling you,
You
Dave,
feel?
Santa Dave, man, he talked you up, man. He was like, you don't even know, man. Like when you meet him, like he's just a dude you got to know. So I'm like, man,
Right,
I'm antsy all week waiting for this interview. I'm like, man, I got to meet this dude because
right.
he just was, man. He said so many nice things, and I mean, it's hard to meet good people nowadays. And so, so I'm blessed. I'm humbled, that I get to meet you, and
Right.
I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. You know that you got to meet the right people, and
Yeah,
in this industry, there's a lot of smoke screens. There's a lot of people that are going to say this and say that.
right,
I like to deal with the realists. With the
right,
realness. And yeah, I know people that I've met that blew smoke, but that's okay because I got to expect that in this industry, like any other industry. You
right,
know, so you keep moving and moving up, you stop meeting the real deal people that are doing the
right,
big things, and that's when you be like, okay, this is the group that I want to be with.
right.
You know, so
Hmm.
I know people, that are good people that are really doing indie films, Lion Gate films. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I see if his stuff goes to Lion Gate, and
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
huge. That's just
It
like the
is.
top of the top.
It
You know?
is. Yep.
So and Asif is a great guy. I don't know if you've seen the show, but he's real laid back. You know,
Super laid back. Yeah, yeah.
he's laid back. He looks like he don't really talk much. You know what I
Mm-mm.
mean? But I feel that he's the type that will work with you. You know what I mean? If
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel like he's easy to get along with.
right,
Like as soon as I saw him and started hearing him talk and what he was involved with, immediately I was like, oh, that's a dude that I need to talk to level up because he will level up some people. Super
yes,
knowledgeable.
yeah,
But yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
yeah. So and that's what I do here, Andre. Is I try to connect people to other people to see them win because if you
Right.
win, if I can help you win, then I win. you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
if you win, I win. And I don't understand why people some people try to keep their stuff to themselves, and not
Yeah.
let other people in that got talent or try to help them grow. Um,
Right.
I never got that because I wasn't brought up like that. I
No.
wasn't brought up racist, like none of that. So I was always taught to give. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? To
Right.
give and then to help. And so I'm glad that I created the show to be able to do that. And I have connected other people to other people, and they doing great.
Right.
And that's fine. As long as I know that I'm doing my job, I'm
Yep.
okay with it.
Right. That's what
Yeah.
it's about, man. That's exactly
Right,
what it's about.
right. So, um, was football something that you really, really wanted to do?
Yes.
That was like your number one
That
thing. You was
that
like,
was
if
my
I can
number one.
be in the film, I'm done.
That was it. I already had it planned. I was like, I'm gonna play for 6 to 8 years, and then I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna open up this business, and then I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z.
Right,
And I there was just nothing else in my head, and unfortunately, if I could go back, I wouldn't have thought that way, because I think that's how most football players kind of end themselves. This is it. There's only one way.
right,
And instead of looking at it that, yeah, this is one way, but I'm also good at other things.
right,
But yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing. And family dinner, I was like, nope, can't do it. Going to practice,
right,
and
right,
so yeah, like I said, just thinking back on it, I would definitely do it a lot differently, and I think things would have happened differently. Just working at that situation smarter.
right. You know what's funny, Andre? That
Mm,
I'm 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 only 5'8", right? I'm not
mm,
5'8", but I used to play ball, and I
mm.
had hops. Like for my size, I could dunk, right? When I
Oh,
was
that,
I'm talking
yeah,
I'm talking when I was like 19, 20, I had those type of hops where I could
yeah,
dunk the ball,
right, right,
right? So I did boxing, I did some boxing, I did play football, I played all the sports except soccer and hockey wasn't my
hmm
thing, but everything else I played, and I was good
right,
at it,
right,
and I think for me, why I didn't get to where I wanted to get, I didn't have the support system.
That's
My
big.
mom, my,
It's
my
big.
father was working, my mom was working, and
Hmm
when I went to go play sports, everybody else parents was there except mine. So that kind of like threw me off and stuff, and I was like, man, I don't want to do this no more.
Right.
Then the injuries started coming in.
hmm
My ankles. I went up for a dunk playing outside in the hoop. I went up for a dunk. When I came down, the guy was sitting, and I landed on his
hmm
foot. It twisted my
Yeah.
ankle. Forget about it.
Right.
Both ankles. I got both two bad ankles, but God works in mysterious ways
It does.
because here I am today. I didn't think I was going to be a talk show host. I always wanted to be an actor, but I didn't think I had the potential to. But fortunately, I
Right.
found out I did. So now I do both. I do this, and
Right.
I do the acting whenever something pops up. And I'm very appreciative about everything. But my
Oh yeah.
main thing is to meet people like you and see what you got going and promote you, put you out there through all my social media, connect you to other talk show hosts, friends of mine that got other platforms to help you, you know, um, expand through their platforms and other platforms, not
Yeah.
just mine, you know. And I enjoy that. I enjoy that because at the end of the show, I can say, man, I got this guy on my show. I promoted. I did something good. I did something good for him. And I'm gonna connect him to these other people, and then whatever he does from there, you know, blessings. Blessings to you because knowing from where we come from, it's hard to build.
It is.
It's hard to build, and we need to be more involved in this film industry.
We do, and like you said, man, it having that support system is key, and that's why now I make sure I have that support system with everything that I do, and I surround myself with people who will lift me up and who I can lift up. One guy, I think you got a UK listener, Taryn Richards. He's in the UK right now, but he's a music artist and he's blowing up
He's on here right now.
right now. And
that
look,
dude, this guy,
that dude,
Tyran Richards.
Yep, that's him right there. Yep, Taryn Richards.
UK, what's up, baby?
He's a guy. He's in my corner. Santa Dave, of course. But everybody in my corner though. It's a good dude, man. Good dude. But yeah, like I said, I've always make sure I have that support system behind me, and it's never failed me. When especially putting out Necropolis, it was a rough time getting that all together, but just having the people behind me, still putting out the same effort, that I was putting out, it made all the difference in the world to, keep on going and get to the finish line.
Right. But this is like anything else that we do, right, Andre, in life.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that you do for the first time is always hard.
Always. Yeah.
It's always hard. Once you get your feet wet and you do your first film, and maybe you do your second film where you're feeling now more comfortable, you know the game, you know how you want to move. Once you get past the first two, maybe three, man, you're gonna be rocking and rolling after that.
Right.
You're gonna have people emailing you wanting to be on your films. It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna be crazy. And I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you because I know how hard it is, to want to become an NFL player or become anything, and because of injury, or because they felt you wasn't ready enough, you didn't get that opportunity. But you're a good guy. You got a good heart. You come from a good family. God puts you. Okay, he said, you try here, you didn't work. Let me put you over here and see what you can do with that. So God is still working with you. God is working with you. He's working with you.
Oh, yeah, man. He's definitely working with me, and it's funny you said that, man, because I used to write these scripts. And I'm writing something else. And so I used to get like really angry. But now, I look at it like, it's a blessing that even that creativity comes to me. Because I know all these scripts are just piling up to do something.
Sorry, guys. Sometimes it's the connection that. Yeah, I didn't get that last part you said, Andre, because you froze up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was saying I used to get upset, and God would give me like all these ideas for these scripts because I was like, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, and I'm just writing, these scripts. And now I look at it as a blessing, that creativity comes to me so freely to be able to do that. And I know it's just, for something major coming. So so no, it's a blessing having the creativity, even if you ain't got the resources yet.
Right. But the resources will come,
Oh yeah.
And and like I said, it's about who you bump into that can give you that next opportunity, connect you to the right person. Because even if you connected to the right person, that person might not want to give you an opportunity.
Right.
But the person underneath him might say, you know what? I want to give you the opportunity because I see the talent.
Right.
And you're always going to find resources in here. You're always going to find a producer. You're always going to find assistant director. You always find another director that can direct with you. Actors. This is an industry that's flooded with so much talent. So I don't see you having any problems with getting anything done for your project. You're the writer, you're the director. So you got the main thing, the writer and the director. Everything else you can pull in.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And as far as cameras, what cameras do you use? You use Blackmagic, Red? Is it Sony? What kind of type of camera you use?
So I am a Red guy. I love Red cameras. The camera I got is a Red Komodo 6K. For Necropolis, though, we ended up using red. We had, at one point we had to use a Black Magic, and we also used the Sony FX6. So yeah, we ended up using all three. But as far as being a fan of, I'm a fan of red. Like I said, love the quality, love the picture, all that.
Yeah, I think that's what we used when I did this when I did the film out in Las Vegas last month or a month and a half ago. The production team used the red, and
Oh, okay.
it looked real good.
Yeah.
You know, it's it's crazy, right? Because nowadays you can make a great film with just if you got a good camera. Like for
Yeah.
me, I got a Lumax. I got Lumax, right?
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
I
good.
got the Lumax 4K,
Hmm.
and I film with that, and it looks real good. You know, and
Right.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
holy crap. It really looks good. It really looks
Right.
good. You know, but the magic and the black magic is something else. That's like the purity on the glass is like it's like you actually catching me with a close up, you know.
Right. Right.
So Scott saying that he says thanks for letting him be a part of Necropolis. Scott Zace. Zace, is it? You see him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Senator. He plays the for you to see Necropolis because the talent. I mean, the talent makes me look good. That's how good the talent was that we got. Everybody brought it. Everybody was ready on time. Knew
Sorry guys,
a
it
lot.
freezes up. Yeah, it freezes up a little bit. Can you hear me, Andre?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. It just freezes up here and there. Um, so
You good?
you know, so Scott does what? You say editing? Does editing? You said? Oops, pause again.
The Necropolis.
Okay, cool. So
And yeah, Scott, awesome talent. Awesome talent.
right, right. So so the film you're doing now is horror. Um, what type of action films have you written?
Uh, I have a film titled CI. Um, that's action is action packed. That was my first like big action packed script. That it essentially is about a guy who his brother is killed, and to find out what happened to him, he has to go undercover as a CI to get
Mm,
into the drug trafficking world to track down who killed his brother. So that one was super fun. Obviously a little bit of action with the boxing one.
right.
Um, about any sort of genre, like I said, I got it.
Right, and that's good, man. Because the more material you are, then the faster you can create films.
Right.
And again, once you keep producing great films, investors are gonna come.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just gonna fall in place because they're gonna be like, if we don't invest, we're gonna lose because this
We're gonna
guy's
lose.
killing it.
Right. Right.
You know, so if I was an investor and I see something that I can triple up on, you
Right.
know, why not invest it? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
100%.
win-win situation.
Right.
but I get it too. It's you have to have a great story,
Yeah.
and the right actors. And I've met so many great actors doing my show. Some played in Chainsaw Massacre,
Oh yeah.
Halloween. Sandy Johnson, she played the sister of Michael Myers. She's amazing. We got Derek Webb, is also a great actor. I mean, so many people that I
Yeah.
know, you know, um, that I met through here. Tom Arnold, great guy.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah.
so I've worked with some celebrities in some films, especially this last one. Oh boy, we got like 7 celebrities in there, 7, 8 in this horror.
Ooh,
It's a horror comedy. I never did horror or comedy,
yeah,
but I enjoyed it, Andre. It was so it was
right.
cool, you know. And the funny thing about that, Andre, that I went there just to interview some of the actors on set, interview
Okay,
them when they were on set. And in return, my friend Nicole said, "You know what? Since you're coming out here, I want to put you in the movie." I said, "That's fine." She said, "I can't promise." I said, "Listen, anything you can do is fine for me.
right.
Extra, beggars can't be choosers. So whatever you can do, I'm fine." So I go there. She goes, "Okay, you're gonna be a background." I said, "Cool. I ain't gotta read no scripts. Just
Yeah,
gotta stand there, look whatever I gotta look. Fine."
right.
I get there, and one of the guys that had a speaking role didn't show up. Had COVID.
Oh,
I said, "Oh boy." So she came to me. They were like, "What are we gonna do?" I said, "Wait a minute. We got Victor. He looks like a rapper because that time I had my chains, I had my jewelry on. I
oh
was
yeah.
I was looking hip hop. So they were like, "You fit the script. You want the script?" I was like, yeah, sure, why not?" So
Yeah, yeah.
they gave me the script. I read it. The next day I came, I shot it. They were happy with it. And they were like, "Actually, you did pretty good. Like you did really good."
Right.
So they were happy with it. But those are things that happen on set. So when I go on set and you say, "Victor, you're going to be a background," I say, "Okay, cool." I go there, but I go with the intention that anything might change. You
Right. Exactly.
I might get there and then you look at my physical, you might like, "Then wait a minute. I didn't know he looked like that. I can use him for this."
Right.
You feel me? And then now things change. So
Exactly.
I always try to be prepared when I go to shoot a film, because you never know what they might use you for.
Nope. Nope. You never know, man.
So that's what I love about it, because
Right.
it's you never know what's gonna happen. Like in the
Nope.
movie, you play the movie, you
No.
don't know what's gonna happen. So that's why I love it.
Oh yeah.
So what does your mom say about it now? What is she saying about it?
My mom, you can't tell my mom nothing, man. Like she thinks I'm already in Hollywood. Like she goes around town showing people my picture, and she's my biggest fan, which is awesome. So her and my wife kind of battle it out, who's the bigger fan. But um, but no, she has pictures on deck, so she's happy. Every time I have a new script, she wants to see it.
Good.
So yeah, no, she loves it.
Well, you're in Virginia, which is a great place to film, um,
Yeah.
especially horror.
Yes.
Because
Oh
you got
yeah.
you got the woods. You got the woods in there. You can go, do all types of stuff in the woods, which
Right.
is a great place to do comedy and even a cowboy movie or something. Like
Yeah, shoot, we got all the, CIA's out here, FBI's out here, we
oh
got all
boy,
that stuff. So,
yeah, yeah,
so yeah, you can do anything.
right. So I am honored to have you here on the show. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna connect you with another show, my man Mike Wagner. He has another platform, which is a great platform. It's
Cool.
worldwide as well, like mine, and get you on there. And then I'm gonna reach out to Asif and see if it's okay for me to connect him with you, because
Perfect.
I like to talk to people before I connect people, just to make sure it's okay. And if he says yeah, then I'll connect you with him. And then you guys do what you'll do best.
Perfect. Perfect. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I want to see you win, kid. You feel me? Can you hear me?
Same here, man. Same
Yeah,
here. Keep
I want to see you win. So, is there any shout outs you want to give? Any shout outs?
Man, dude, I'm blessed, man. You might have another hour on this show because it's I will shout out everybody. Don't let me say the Oscar speech yet, because I gotta prepare, man. There's a list, but nah, I mean, I've said most of the names. You know, like I said, the assistant director I had, Eric. You know, amazing person. George Dibble, who's been working on me with DPN and stuff. Santa, all the cast from Necropolis. Trey. He was part of that. Dude, I mean, really though, the real MVPs are my family though.
There you go.
My wife be here. I'm just grateful for them mostly.
Right. I get it. I thank you for coming on. I want to thank your mother for pushing you.
Yeah.
She believes in you. She sees something that you probably didn't see, and it's working for you. So
Nope.
big shout out to her. Big shout out to her. And and I want to see some more of your films. I can't wait to see that boxing film and some other of your projects. And when that happens, if you want to promote stuff, you can always come back and say, Vic, I got these movies. I want to help promote them, and we'll get you back on the show, and we'll get you out there to promote your
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now more names are coming soon.
More names are coming.
I have
Okay.
Lewis Roberts.
Sorry,
They
guys.
keep going.
Right. He's freezing up. It's part of the area. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. You're freezing over there, Andre.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's just freezing. It's like the camera's freezing. I don't know, maybe where you're
located,
okay, but that's fine though. Yeah. So, So you got my contact number. We'll bring you on the show in the future, and I want to wish you the best. Wish you luck. And if you ever need to talk to me, man, I'm only a text away. Okay. So, folks, sorry for the screen freezing. It happens sometimes. That's all because of the connection. But I want to thank everybody for coming on the show and showing support to Andre. Thank you guys for showing them supporting the show. And we'll see you on Wednesday next week. Andre, thank you for coming on the show. And I'll talk to you soon. And give me like a day or two to reach out to Asif and see if we can make that happen.
Perfect. That'll.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna let you go and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, brother. Yes, Ondra Berry. I wish he didn't freeze up like that, man. I wanted to talk to him more. But listen, guy, he's amazing. Thank you, Santa, Dave, for connecting me to Ondra. Ondre's been great. I can't wait to see you guys in future films. And again, thank you guys for showing him support, showing the show support. And I'll see you guys Wednesday. I got an amazing actress coming in on Wednesday. She'll be on the show, so tune in on Wednesday at 7 p.m. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go with peace, love, and respect. And I'm out of here, folks.